This week, you are getting into banking. Not the marble lobby kind. Your branch is a steel box the size of a mini fridge. It bolts to the floor of somebody else's store, and its entire job is handing people money. On paper, it is the cleanest business this channel has ever priced. A brand new machine costs about as much as a used riding mower. The inventory never spoils, never goes out of season, and never needs a clearance rack, because the inventory is cash itself. No employees, no kitchen, no lease of your own, and the passive income side of the internet has crowned it king of boring money. And it is still the strangest retail business in the country, because its one and only product sells for exactly what it costs. A $20 bill, retail price $20. The margin on the merchandise is zero, forever, by definition. So the whole business lives in a different number. Last year, the average fee an ATM owner charges a stranger hit a record high of $3.22 per withdrawal, by bank rates count. $3.22. By the end of this video, you will know what an ATM actually sells, because it cannot be money, and money is all it contains. You will know the number route operators actually manage, and it is not the fee on the screen. And you will know why the thing that ends ATM careers is usually not the thief with a chain and a pickup truck. It is a letter, and it comes from your own bank. If you want the numbers inside every box on Main Street, one business at a time, subscribe. No surcharge on that one, ever. Price the front door first, because the sticker is famously friendly. A new retail ATM, the kind humming in gas stations and bars, runs roughly $2,300 to $2,900 delivered and installed, and the used workhorse models sell for around $1,800. Add a wireless modem so the box can phone home, a lighted sign to catch eyes, and you are in business for less than the price of most first cars. That is the cheapest entry ticket this channel has ever printed. It is also a decoy, because the machine was never the expensive part of an ATM. The money is. Every box needs your cash inside it before the first customer walks up, and the going practice is $2,000 to $5,000 per load, restocked forever. So a 10-machine route is maybe $25,000 of steel, carrying another $20,000 to $50,000 of your own 20s inside it at all times. Rather skip the assembly? Existing routes change hands at roughly 3 to 4 times their verified yearly profit. So a route clearing $30,000 a year costs somewhere between $90,000 and $120,000. And understand what that check buys, because it is not the steel, it is the placement contracts. Since an ATM without a location is just a very heavy safe. Notice where you stand on day one. Either way, you have opened a bank, and its only depositor is you. Then the quiet meters start running. The first one never sends a bill, which is exactly why beginners miss it. The cash in the box is working capital that refuses to work. $3,000 asleep in a cassette earns nothing and still demands guarding. And a route with $40,000 spread across town is a tiny bank paying itself 0% interest. The second meter is the plumbing. The processor that routes every transaction bills its monthly fees. The wireless connection costs roughly $15 to $25 per machine per month. And the store hosting your box wants its cut, commonly 50 cents to $1 out of every single withdrawal fee. The third meter is paperwork you did not see coming. An independent operator cannot touch the card networks directly. You ride under a sponsoring bank, you register, you document where every dollar of your vault cash comes from, and you keep documenting it, because the government files cash-heavy machine businesses under elevated money laundering risk. Hold that folder open, because the biggest threat in this business grows out of it, and it detonates a few chapters from now. For now, one honest summary of the entry. An ATM is a cheap machine wrapped around expensive money. So where does a store with zero margin find its profit? Build it from scratch. Picture a river town with one toll bridge. The bridge does not sell the far side of the river. The far side was always there, free of charge. What the bridge sells is the 40-mile drive to the next crossing, and it can price the toll anywhere comfortably below that misery. Your ATM is a toll bridge, and the river is distance. On the far bank sits the customer's own money, in her own account, unreachable without a detour, because her bank's nearest branch is 3 towns over, or closed for good. The box glowing in the corner of the bar is simply the shortest way across. Now run one Friday night customer through it. She needs $60, taps her card, and your machine counts out 3 of your own 20s. Within a business day or two, the network settles those $60 straight back into your checking account, with her $3 fee riding on top. Follow the split, because it tells you what the business is. The $60 was never income, it was a boomerang, your cash out the slot and home through the banking system. The $3 is the income, and it sheds pieces immediately, 50 cents to $1 to the store owner for the floor space, and the processor's charges nibbling at the middle. The card networks toss a small interchange payment on top, commonly a dime to a quarter per withdrawal, and even that number is set by them, not by you. What lands in your pocket is somewhere around $2 and change per withdrawal. A typical independently placed machine does between 150 and 300 withdrawals a month, which is how operators can talk about boxes the way landlords talk about apartments. $250 to $450 of monthly profit each, with stars above that line and duds below it. And be precise about that figure. It is profit before anyone pays you for the counting, the driving, or the loading. Because in this business, the armored car is usually your sedan. So say out loud what this store actually sells. The first promise from the top. Not cash. A 20 costs a 20. You are renting your own money to strangers, a few seconds at a time, and charging them for the distance between this corner and their bank. The product is the last mile of banking, and the rent is $3 and change. The 20s are a boomerang. The toll is the business. Which brings us to the number professionals actually manage. The second promise. It is not the fee. Nearly everyone charges within a few quarters of the same $3, and a box that gets greedy watches its regulars walk one storefront down. The number is withdrawals per box per day, because when the toll is fixed, traffic is the only dial that turns. Under that number hides the trait that makes this model genuinely strange, the one a snack seller would kill for. The inventory comes back. The cash you load on Monday settles into your account midweek and rides back out in a cassette on Friday, so the same stack of 20s crosses your little counter again and again, all year. You do not need more money to do more business. You need the same money to move faster. Speed comes from placement, and placement follows one rule. Park the box where cash refuses to die. Bars, cash-only kitchens, barbershops, smoke shops, flea markets, county fairs, and the neighborhoods the banking system serves worst, because by the Federal Deposit Insurer's own survey, millions of American households still live without a bank account, and 2/3 of those run entirely on cash. The best in class stopped thinking in single boxes entirely. Allpoint, a network of around 55,000 machines built by the biggest non-bank operator in the world, flipped the model on its head. Its ATMs charge the customer no fee at all, and the banks pay the network so their account holders can reach cash for free. The whole engine in one sentence. Distance times withdrawals times the toll, while the same cash runs laps in the background. No lesson. Slow money is furniture. Fast money is a business. None hundo. Now pour a year through a route and watch what leaks. The location split comes off every withdrawal, the processor and the modem bill every month, and insurance gets expensive the moment you admit that unattended boxes of cash are involved. Receipt paper runs out, card readers fail, and every fix happens on the machine's schedule, not yours. Then there is the job nobody prices, because this business is famous for having no employees. Somebody counts the cash, drives it, loads it, and answers the late-night text that a machine is down, and on a starter route that somebody is you, with a month of profit zipped into a backpack. The polite industry name for hiring that out is cash in transit, and one of Europe's biggest ATM operators counts those costs up roughly 40% between 2020 and 2025. Meanwhile, the interchange side of the ledger is set by the card networks, and independent operators have spent years arguing it has not kept pace with any of it. The toll is yours. The scissors trimming it belong to everyone else. And now the letter, the last promise from the top of this video. Yes, thieves really do steal these machines, and we will get to the chain. But ask independent operators what actually keeps them up, and the honest ones talk about their bank. Here is the exposure. Your entire business runs through one ordinary checking account. The settlements land there, the vault cash comes out of there, and the sponsorship that lets you touch the networks assumes it exists. To a bank's compliance department, an account that swallows and spits out large piles of cash every week looks exactly like the thing they are paid to fear. So banks have been quietly firing ATM operators as customers. The industry calls it de-risking. No accusation, no hearing, just a notice that the account is closing. It became common enough that in June of 2022, FinCEN, the Treasury's Financial Crimes Unit, put out a formal statement reminding banks that independent ATM operators are legitimate businesses to be judged on their actual risk, not dropped as a category. Regulators do not publish reminders about problems that are not happening. Sit with what a closure means. The machines are still bolted down, the contract still signed, the cash still yours, and none of it functions because the settlement money has nowhere to land. The business does not go bankrupt, it gets unplugged. Then, yes, the chain. Crews wrap a tow strap around a box, rip it loose with a pickup truck, and drive off with the cassette. Industry tallies counted a 600% rise in ATM attacks between 2019 and 2022, with the average haul in one insurance industry count sitting near $27,000. And the detail that stings is whose money that is. The cash inside was yours, and many operators learn the exact limits of their coverage only after the truck has left. The chain takes a cassette, the letter takes the company. Step back, because by every headline this business should not exist. Cash is down to about 14% of American payments, by the Federal Reserve's own diary study. The country's ATM count has been shrinking since its peak of roughly 470,000 machines in 2019, and the cash machine gets compared to the payphone almost weekly. The comparison breaks in one place. Nobody kept $2.3 trillion in payphones. That is the value of American currency in circulation right now, by the Federal Reserve's count, and it has never been higher. Resolve it like this. Cash is losing arguments and keeping jobs. It is how millions of unbanked households operate, how tips and fares and corner kitchens settle up, and what an entire town wants within an hour of the card networks going down. And while the need concentrates, the access is vanishing faster. American banks have shut more than 1,600 branches a year on average since 2018, and every closed lobby hands its cash customers to whoever owns the nearest box. Say the thesis the third way then. The banks are not fighting the independent operator. They are retreating in front of him, one branch at a time, and the surcharge is the rent on the ground they gave up. Harm one mean one fortune. Cash did not lose its users. It lost its landlords. So what does an owner actually clear? Grade it by how much of your own money you are willing to bolt to other people's floors. Tier 1. Under $15,000 all in. 1 to 3 machines, loaded from your own checking account on the way home. At $250 to $450 of monthly profit per decent box, a machine pays for itself well inside a year at a good corner. And the tier tops out around a car payment, not a salary. Tier 2. 6 figures committed. A 20 or 30 box route. Built placement by placement, or bought outright. Run tight, it throws off $5,000 to $10,000 a month before anyone pays you for the driving. And this is the tier the 3 to 4 times multiple was invented for. Ready-made, a route like that prices around $250,000 and up. Tier 3 is where the word route stops fitting. Hundreds of machines, staff doing the loading, armored contracts, and the owner negotiating splits instead of counting 20s. Every step up buys the same two things. More withdrawals and faster laps for the same cash. Growth in this business is measured in miles you no longer drive yourself, and the biggest fortunes were made by people who stopped charging the customer at all. Cardtronics grew into the largest non-bank ATM operator on earth, some 285,000 machines across 10 countries, and inside it built Allpoint, the network where banks pay so their own customers withdraw free. In 2021, the cash machine maker NCR bought the whole company in a deal valued around $2.5 billion. That same spring, the armored car company Brinks paid $213 million for the largest privately held ATM services provider in the country, a business serving roughly 100,000 machines. Read those purchases together. The company that guards the cash bought the boxes, and the company that builds the machines bought the network, because everyone upstream had reached the same conclusion. Small operators collect the toll, but the toll road itself was for sale. Beginners charge people for being far from a bank. The winners charge the banks for being far from their people. So lock the cassette and let the box hum. It never sold money. A 20 costs a 20, tonight and forever. It sells the space between a customer and her own account, space the banks keep widening, $3.22 at a time, with your own cash running laps in the middle and one ordinary checking account holding the whole trick together. Whether that adds up to the boring money the internet promised, or to a part-time job guarding a very heavy piggy bank, depends on numbers only you can supply. Your corners, your miles, your nerve on refill day. Run them before the machine does. Which business gets counted out next? Tell me below in the comments, and subscribe. The next stack of numbers is already being loaded.